Can you confirm my voice is coming or not? Oh, so we'll continue our Ansible class. So anybody have to ask any question before we start? Do you have any question to ask? No? So if you remember yesterday, use different types of the model. Yes.
Actually, we create user ID, means user ID, user name and password. Suppose if I forget that password, can you? Sometimes it's asking the password. How can we get it?
You forgot the password of the user ID Ansible.
Yeah, user ID is Ansible. Password rechange. It's asking. How can we retrieve this password?
Not retrieve the password. You can change this password again. Okay.
What is the command? Password.
Password itself, right?
Okay. It's asking while you are changing the password, it's asking previous password.
Okay, so see, simply what you can do in this case now, become the root user. Okay. And after becoming the root user, simply hit the command, basically remove the user.
What? Sorry, not audible.
Just remove the user. Okay, as a root user, you have to remove the user. So remove the Ansible user and again create a user with the same name Ansible.
Okay, remove username. Okay.
Yeah, so not remove. That is not the command. I'm saying you that you have to remove the username. If you want command, that I will do.
Okay, I will search it. That command.
You have to basically use user del command. Okay, you can search it for just give me a second. We are permission denied. Okay, let me put the root user. User del -r will help you. Okay, remove option. It will remove. Okay. Or even if you see one more thing you can do, like take an example, you want to go to the Ansible user, right? So you have to log in. So simply do this command, switch user dash Ansible from the root user. It will not ask for the password and you will be changed to the Ansible. Okay, this thing also can work. Are you getting this? Did you get this? Are you there? Hello. What is your name? Your name is written as iPhone. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so yesterday we ran this commands. Different modules we saw basically what is a setup module, what is a copy module, everything. But every time we are writing the commands to do this, right? So if somebody is saying you that can you write this command again to copy the file from one location to another location? So again, you have to write this entire command, right? And this is not the automation because every time you have to write the command, then this is not automation. In Linux scripting, you saw that we are writing the commands inside a file, Then every time somebody is asking me to print the same thing, we are just running the script, and that's all. Same we have to do that. This all process, whatever we are doing here, we should automate it. Okay. So to automate this, in case of the Ansible, we have a concept called playbook. So that we are going to learn today. What is a playbook? So to get basically start with the playbook, you have to understand that playbook should be written in the YAML language. Okay, it should be written in the YAML language. So the first thing you can create like a file like target.yaml. The playbook should be always in the YAML format. And if I'll press enter here, so I went inside this. Now inside this, you have to write something, some information you have to write in this playbook. How you'll be going to start? So first see, give this like dash space, and you have to follow the same structure, dash space, then write the host. Host is basically the location, or you can say the node in which we want to run the code, okay, or in which you want to run the Ansible script. So basically our node group name was demo node, if you remember. Okay, demo node was our group name. That's why I'm giving the demo. And demo node contains the two IP currently. One is the private IP of the node one is second is the private IP of the. Once you given this, then you have to tell to the Ansible that Ansible, whatever you will be doing, do it as a user as Ansible. That's what also I'm mentioning, user as Ansible. And see, we are writing it parallel. You should be start in parallel to H. It cannot be start from here. Else it will not work. After this colon, you have to give the space here. One space. Whatever the space you given here, the exact same space should be here. Okay. After user, again come here parallel to you. And if you remember yesterday, I shown you about the one thing, like when I want to install some software. Okay. So we have to use the command sudo yum install httpd. But if I don't want to write sudo, do you remember what was the option we are using? Anybody? Remember that if I don't want to write the sudo command, so there was an option we were using. -b. Yeah, -b is for basically become. So if you want to use the -b option, or basically the root power, simply say to this playbook, you have to become, right? So that's why I'm giving become as true or yes. Okay, you have to give the yes. Now, how Ansible is going to connect? Okay, there is a protocol Ansible always used to connect, like HTTP is a protocol to connect to the website. HTTPS is for the secured website. Similarly, from the starting, we are discussing that Ansible works on a protocol. Okay, how Ansible do the connectivity of our node 1 and node 2? It is due to the SSH protocol. So simply you have to say that Ansible, you have to use the connection of SSH protocol. Even if you don't write this, connection is equal to SSH, still by default, Ansible playbook will read this. Okay, so even if you don't write it, so Ansible still treat that connection is SSH only. Either you write it, either you don't write it. It is well and good. Okay. And here I am writing that Ansible, once you are going to this machine demo node as a user Ansible and with the sudo power, using the protocol called SSH, then what you have to do is you have to gather the facts about this machine. Okay, you have to gather the facts. I'm saying, yes, you have to gather the facts. That's why I'm giving the true. So what will happen every time when I will run this playbook, Ansible will go to this to node 1 and node 2. Okay, basically they will go there and they will gather the facts whether this machine is running perfectly fine or not. And again, I'm telling you, if you want to switch to the Ansible user, so if you switch like this, okay, then they will ask for you the password and you have to hit the password. Okay, that's why I said in a starting that use some simple password, or else you can use this command sudo switch user dash Ansible. You'll give the sudo here. He is not going to ask the password. Okay, that also you can take care in mind. Same thing if you want to switch it to the node 2 also, simply do sudo switch user dash Ansible. And if you want to delete the user, simply use the command user del -r and whatever the username, it will delete it. Yes, you don't have to worry about that also. That's clear. That's okay. So we become the Ansible user in both machines, node 1 and node 2. And we retain this playbook. Host as demo node, user as Ansible, become. I am saying you that you have to be, you have the sudo power connection, use the SSH protocol, gather facts. Yes, you have to gather the fact. That's why I'm giving the true. Save this file and simply say Ansible playbook. Okay, this is an Ansible playbook. That's why we don't have to write only Ansible. We have to write always Ansible playbook. You have to run the target.yt and press enter. If everything will and good, so see, they are saying I'm going to the demo node and my task, whatever the task you given to me is the gathering facts. Okay, so I am gathering the facts there. So I went in the machine and I found that yes, I am able to connect to this machine. I'm able to connect to this machine. Okay, so they are gathering the facts. And if you want to find a little bit more of things, so simply use hyphen VB. Just give me a second, let me check quickly. Just give me a second, let me check how many V will work perfect. So see, if you remember, V was for, anybody remember? I said you using the command whenever I was explaining you rmdir, rm-rpf. So I said V is for, anybody remember that? What is the full form of V? We use V every time, right? rm-rpf star. So anybody remember? What is the full form of V? No? V was for verbose, right? So see, what's happening is, yeah, if I, let's clear this out. Base for verbose, so keep it in mind. No, B is not base. B is for verbose. No? B, rm-rbf star. You forget everyone. Why we are using the F option, why we are using the B option, why we are using the R option. These things we will clearly explain you, right? B is for verbose, where basically they are printing what your command was doing in the background. So if you are saying this command, Ansible playbook target.yml, they are directly printing that I am going there and you said me to create a task that is the gathering facts. So yes, I am able to gather the facts, both the machine are reachable, and that's true. And that's why it is showing in the green color. If some machine is going to be shut down or something, so they will be not able to reach it, and it will be in that case, it will be in the red color. Okay, so like this way you can keep in mind. If you give one B here, like simply give hyphen B. So I want just little bit extra information what this target.yml. So we'll get little bit more detailed information as compared to previous one, that here they are saying I am using this config file. Previously, they were not showing you what is config file. Similarly, if you write 2V here, you will get some extra more information about it. This time we'll run. So see, they are saying that what I am doing is whenever I'm running this, I am checking the config files also, I'm checking the modules also. So like this way, you want to see the much more detailed information what this command is doing in the background. You can add the number of V here, like 3V, 4V, 5V, and you will see that more and more information you are getting. But mostly we use the normal command Ansible playbook target.yml only. And if everything is green, that means proper connectivity is there. We are ready to work with our machine. So this is a simple playbook. But again, if I'll quickly show you one more thing, if I edit this target.yml, okay, and even if I remove this line, gather facts, okay, so still it will do the exact same thing, whatever it was doing for the gather facts as true. Still it will go that my task is gather facts, but I did not mention the gather facts. Still they are doing. That means by default, always whether you write the gather facts true or not, it will be true only. Okay. But if I purposely I'm mentioning here gather facts is false, then they will not going to run that task. Then they are not going to run that task. But if you don't write it, then automatically they will treat gather facts as true only. See, this time there is no task because I purposely made it false. Okay. But if you don't write it, so automatically it is going to be true on. Okay, so it's totally on you whether you want to write it or not. So let's save this true again. And again, if you'll run it, so you'll see that automatically the task will start gathering. Now, after this, we are going to create a playbook, okay, to install the HTTP. Okay, currently we are installing the HTTP software using the module we saw using the ad hoc command. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to install this using the okay. So if I'll clear this, and if I'm creating a normal task via task.yml, again we'll follow the approach, normal approach. We are not going to do anything extra. Simply the first line you have to always write as SP is hosts, the host name. User, I want to become the user as Ansible. Okay, everything we are doing as a user Ansible, that's why we are writing it. And that's why I said you create the user with the name Ansible in both the machines. You don't have to type different. Then say become. I want to give them sudo power because they have to install the software. So how they can install the software without sudo power? That's why given become as just connection. So again, by default also they will take the SSH, and let's mention it also like there is the connection is SSH. Gather facts, I always tell you that even if I not write it, automatically they will create gather facts as true only. Now, once we return up to all this information, oh, no, see, we are not installing the playbook. Whenever Ansible you install in the master node, okay, that time only Ansible comes with the playbook functionality. Okay, yesterday we are using the module option, ad hoc command. Today we are using the playbook option of the Ansible. So everything we are doing it stuff from the master, right? So you don't have to be confused. It is in the white background, so it will be in master. If it is in this orange background or green background, then only it will be. So simply you have to create a file and you have to run it. That's all. You don't have to download any or install any software. Ansible playbook is not anything like they are installing or something. Okay? They are just going to do the work, whatever the Ansible will tell us. Connection as SSL. Now I am saying that I want to create some task for you. Okay. And let's give the task name something like this. So see, I written the task here and I'm giving dash here. Dash parallel to T, not parallel to this dash. Okay. Because I am going to write inside this task. And first task I'm going to give is like this name. Your first task is to install the HTTP software. Okay, you can write anything. Okay. Let me quickly check is the HTTP is installed in both machine or not. Currently it is installed, so let me quickly remove it. Similarly, I'm removing it from this machine also. We are installing 3 IP addresses, right? Can you unmute yourself and you can ask? Can you ask by unmuting yourself what you are saying?
I am asking. We are installing three master Ansible and two nodes. Is it right by using private IP address?
One master, two node, right?
One master, two nodes. We are installing the same process.
Not installing. See, what we are doing is we are automating the process, right? If somebody is telling you, you have to install the software.
Your voice is breaking.
My voice is not breaking. Basically, you are opening the mic. That time it is becoming the echo. So see, from last 2 days, what we are learning in the Ansible, why we are using the Ansible? We are using the Ansible to automate the process, right? So rather than hitting the command by going in node 1 and node 2 every time to install the HTTP service, we are telling to the master to do that. Are you getting this point? Are you getting this?
Yeah, that we are installing this.
So now you are asking is you are installing in 3 IP address. Then what is why it is you are getting confused for this? Any specific? You are saying you are installing in 3 IP address. Why you are asking like that? Like any specific wherever you are facing out. Others also getting confused that we are doing it in the 3 machines or we are doing only in the 2 machines. What others think? Whatever we are doing, are we doing it in the 3 machine or in the 2 machine? What about others? See where we are running the command. Can you tell me anybody that where we are running the command? Whenever we are writing some Ansible command or module, anything, where we are running it? We are running it in the master node. But from master node, what I'm telling to the master node that you have to run it where? We are saying that you have to run it in the demo node, right? And demo node contains how many IP address? Can anybody have it? Demo node contains one IP address. Demo node contains two IP address, right? Private IP1 and private IP2. I don't know, like you are not revising this concept or not, because see, Ansible is complex thing that even I will tell. Okay? And even if you Google it, people will say Ansible is complex. Okay? But you have to focus. Here, we clearly mentioned when we are creating that demo node in the starting. Okay, I was mentioning this. If you see here at this point, we do. See here in the demo node, we given the two IP. So two IP is present inside the demo. So whenever I'm writing the demo node, that means we are giving the two IP. So we are installing it in the two machine only. And that's why every time I'm running the command from the master and I'm testing it in the node 1 and that whether that software is installed or not, whether that software is removed or not, whether file is copied or not. Yesterday, if you remember, we copied the file from the master to these tools. Okay, so master is just like a controller. They are not doing anything. They are not installing software in their own. Okay, they are installing it in some different machine. We are giving the order to the master, and master is performing the work. That's why it is known as the master. Other are treated as a slave. Okay, because slave have to dependent on the master. Master is giving them the basically they are telling them that you have to install the HTTPD software. Okay, and the master is giving the command. Then our machine are installing the software. These things you have to keep in mind.
Okay, demo node, I mean, demo node is a file or what? Because see, every node we are giving only one IP for every node, right?
Demo node is a group name, right?
Okay.
Demo node is a group name. I given you the example now of the DevOps team, testing team. So demo node contains the two IP address. Okay, so demo node is basically a group. Like in a company, you are saying that there is a DevOps. Okay, so inside the DevOps group, there are 5 members, so 5 different laptops they are using. So 5 different IP address will be there.
All right.
Okay, so whenever I'm saying my manager is asking, can you install HTTPD software in all the laptop of DevOps team? So DevOps team contains the 5 laptops. So the one way is I will be asking, calling all the DevOps engineer one by one, and I will be installing the software there. Other thing, I will keep all the IP address in a group name called DevOps, and I will simply hit the command Ansible DevOps. Okay, so now what will happen in all the machines, Ansible will go and Ansible will install the HTTP software on all the 5 IP address.
I missed the point. Demo node is a group, so I thought demo node contains only one IP. Contains IP address. Yeah, got
it. It is just a group. That's all.
Thanks.
From again, you are asking how many IP address contain one demo node. Are you not understanding now? One more thing I explained now, right? In the demo node is just a name, group name. You can see it as a DevOps engineer team, testing team. Inside that, how many IP address you are writing? It's totally on you. Currently, I cannot create 100 machines practically, right? It is not possible. Nobody in the training can create the 100 machine and can do all these things practically. For that, just your reference point, we created 2 slave node, and I given the name as node 1 and node. And in that, I am mentioned the IP address. Okay, so currently the demo node contains the 2 IP, one of the node 1 and one of the node 2. Is it okay?
Sir, I am asking, I got it, a group of IP addresses having the one demo node, but how many IP, maximum, how many slaves we can add in the same group, one group?
There is no limit. You can add unlimited number of times. There is no limit on that. Okay. You can create thousands also. It's totally on you. Like for a company, see, group treat it as a company. Okay. In a company, how many DevOps engineer can be hired? It's unlimited. It totally depends on the company choice. If company wants that they require 1,000 DevOps engineers, they will hire it. They will mention all the 1,000 IP addresses. Okay, so we don't know How
Sorry,
many
demo node.
sequences?
Sir,
Just say again.
sir, they're installing in only root level. Root level.
Only root level means?
We are open the file in a VA file. In the root level, we have to open and edit that file and add that
Yeah,
slaves.
as a root, yeah, as a root, we have to edit that Ansible. That's correct.
Okay, sir.
So you have to always edit this Ansible host file as a root user because root have all the. That's it.
But user creation, user add and password, we are in.
No, even user creation, we are doing it as a root user only.
We are adding in. This is also.
Also, see, if you are getting confused, I will suggest you. It will not take more than 3 hours. Okay, for you. Saturday, Sunday is there. Okay, tomorrow and day after tomorrow we don't have any class. Today we'll be going to cover the Ansible anyhow. Okay, there is few topics remaining. I will cover it. You will get the 3 recording videos. Okay, that you have the access. Just watch it again. Okay, just take 1 hour time every day. Okay, like in this Saturday you can watch for 2 hours. Sunday you can watch for 1 hour. Just try to complete all these 3 lecture in a single go. Okay, and once you watch the entire practical, then start to do the practical. Okay, you will see that every concept is going to be clear. Because when I was explaining everything, I clearly explained. Okay. Just you did not revise it or did not heard it, or maybe that's why you missed that point. Okay, but I still once again you will see that video, you will able to get it everything. There is no any problem. That's why we are providing the recording. So don't worry about it. Okay, just watch this video again, and still you have the problem, you can ask me on the Monday. That is also not any problem. Currently you are missing some concept. That's why even I will try to explain you will not able to understand. That's why I will say you everybody. Okay, after today lecture, please watch at least this Ansible lecture one time. Okay, everybody. Is it okay for everybody? It will not take more than 3 hours time. Okay, but if you spend this 3 hours, so in your life, then you will be able to, at any interview, you will be able to answer all the questions of Ansible. Okay? And Ansible is such a great topic. If you make it sure that if interviewer is asking something in the Ansible and you are explaining in such a good way, okay, nobody can reject you. Okay, because very few people in the world who know Ansible in such a way. Okay, so that's why I am saying you please focus on the Ansible. There are hundreds of DevOps engineers you can see who are good in the Linux, who are good in the Docker, who are good in the Kubernetes. But for Ansible, very specific people are there. Okay, if I'm saying it specific, then you have to understand it is very specific. If you try to find it also in the LinkedIn also, very few people will mention that they know Ansible. Okay, so try to make sure that you have the great hands-on experience on the Ansible. So you'll be having advantage of from basically from other employees who are applying for the same job. So let's come here. So we are going to write this thing. So task, we say that our first task name is install the HTTPD software. This is basically going to install this software in this node 1 and node 2. Okay. So currently, if you'll see in this node 1, this is our node 1, the orange color. It does not have the HTTPD software installed. Similarly, in the node 2 also, if I'll clearly see currently, HTTPD software is not in. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to say that I have to install the HTTPD software, but where I want to install it? I want to install it in the node 1 and node. And how we are mentioning to the master that we have to install it in the node 1 and node 2 only with the help of the host. In the host, I have given the name as demo node. Inside the demo node, when I edited the file /etc/Ansible host, okay, inside that I mentioned the 2 IP address, and that 2 IP address belongs to the node 1 and node. That's why our Ansible will be able to call it. Now, how to know that how I am going to tell to the Ansible that you have to use which package, how to use it. So if you remember yesterday, we saw, like I told you that how you can find the answer. So simply search again here, Ansible module documentation. Search it on the Google, open it. If I want to install the software, so I said you that there is a 2 different way. Anybody remember that? two different modules to install the software. Yesterday we discussed about. At least any one also, do you remember? Module name to install the HTTP software. Yesterday we saw two options. Anybody? No? One was the package. Okay, one was the package. So I said you that if you want to install the HTTP software, so simply open this package, because software is nothing, just a package in the Linux. And see, they are giving us the option. So simply copy paste it from here. You don't have to do anything. Copy paste it and come here. After this task section, this is the name. Okay, install anti-update. After that, I'm going to paste it. That's all. I will do a little bit these things. Package should be in the parallel to this. Okay, as it is mentioned, N and P should be in parallel. And this N and S should be inside this. I'm giving the S inside, state also inside. And which software I have to install? I have to install the HTTP software. So I will simply write here HTTP. State should be present because I have to install it. That's all. So we created a playbook. Host, demo node, user, Ansible. You have to use the sudo power. You have to use the SSH protocol. Your first task is install the HTTP software. How you can install the HTTP software? With the help of the package module. How we got about this? Simply search the documentation, got the package in which they are given us this type of example to install the software. I just copy pasted it, and in the name they are installing the anti-update software. I have to install HTTP. That's why I changed the name. Else everything is same. And you have to make sure it should be in this order. H, U, B, C, D, everything should be in parallel. Task can be multiple. So this task will be inside this block. Okay. Inside this name, this is my task name. I'm using the package module. Again, whatever the things you have to write inside the package module, you have to give it inside this. Just follow this type of structure. Save this file and simply say Ansible playbook. I have a task. It is dash Ansible dash playbook. I have this task.yml. Okay. Simply run it. What they will do, they are going to the demo node, they are gathering the facts, then they are installing the HTTP software. And once they will install the HTTP software, they are clearly saying, I installed it. And that's why it is coming in the yellow color. If software will be already present, then it will be coming in the green color. So if I'll quickly see whether software is installed in the node 1, see it is installed. Whether software is installed in this machine, which HTTP, see this is installed. That means software are installed. Again, if you run this same playbook, like again, next day somebody is saying, can you install the HTTP software in both the machine? So I don't have to write the command again. I will simply run this playbook again because this playbook already know how to install the software. And see, the software is already installed. That's why it is coming in the green. Because software is already present, so they are not providing any extra information. But if you want to see that extra thing, so simply use -B here, $B, and give a space. They will give you a little bit detail also what they are doing. So they are saying that I went there, okay, inside the machine, but HTTP software was already installed. That's why I am showing you this output in the. Okay. So if you give the extra B option, you will get little bit detailed information. And again, Ansible playbook is so intelligent. Okay, like if somebody is removing the software manually from the node 2, like sudo yum remove -1. I'm manually removing this software from here. Now, one machine contains the HTTP software. This machine does not contain. Now, again, if you run this Ansible playbook, so they will automatically get to know that in one machine, HTTP software is not present. So that's why I will show it in the yellow color. See, it is showing in the yellow color. 35149. In 35149, I uninstalled the software. That's why they installed it again. If some software will be missing, they will be going to install it again. So like this way, you can create the task. Similarly, either you can use the package module to install the software, or you can use the yum module also. That also is shown. This is the yum module. This is the yum module. In yum module also, you can just copy paste the example. So again, the same thing. Name, install the latest version of Apache, and here you have the exact command also. Simply copy this yum name and state. Simply come here and clear this all and go inside this task.ym. And rather than using this package module, you can use this module. You have to delete all this. Paste it here. yum name, and again we have to make this, it should be inside this, it should also be inside this. State is latest, or you can say state is equal to present. That also. So this module is also going to help to install the software. Okay, if I make state is equal to upset, what will happen? Anybody? If I'll make this state is equal to upset, what will happen? Yeah, it will remove the software. So let's make this absent first. What they are going to do is they will remove the software. It will say here install the HTTP software because we did not integrate it. We should write it something like remove the HTTP software and they will install it. Now again, simply come here and this time do it present. They will again install the software. So basically yum command is also doing our work. Okay, yum module also doing the work, package module also doing the work. It's totally on you which module do you want to use to install the software. Now, once this part is completed, now let's create some complex project. Okay. Currently, I just created a smaller project in which only one task is there. Now, how many of you remember about the HTTP software image which we created in the AWS cloud? Do you remember that Kisan Rai web server image we created in the AWS? Vim. What is for Vim, Nikhil?
Sorry, virtual image for the
Okay,
Amazon
yeah.
Linux too.
Okay, yeah, virtual image that we created. So do you remember the steps what we did? Like first we launched the EC2 instance with the port 80 enabled. Then how many softwares we installed? Do you remember that? No? Okay, so let me write it like this way. Again, just try to focus everybody. Okay. If I want to host a website, okay, from any machine. So what are the steps we have to do? So first we always install the HTTP software. That is the first step we always do. Install the HTTP software. Okay. Second thing, what we do? Anybody remember? Yeah, we installed the HTTP and PHP data, but here we are going to write the index.html page only. So we are not going to download any PHP for now. Okay, for this thing, but you can download the PHP software also. It is no any problem. Okay. Now install the HTTP software. Second thing, we have to copy index.html or index.php file. Okay, to this location. Remember this? Anybody? www/html, this location we are copying the file index.html. Now, after copying the file, the last step was we are starting the service, right? Systemctl start HTTPD. Then our website was visible on the port 80. Public IP, basically we are entering in the URL and we are doing it. Okay. So now, previously we are doing it manually. We are launching the EC2 instance. We are going inside it. We are hitting this command, right? We are copying the file. But this time I will do everything in a single go with the help of the Ansible. Okay. So let's start. Before starting, again, we are quickly going to remove the software. Okay. From all the machine because I want to start it from scratch. So this machine is again totally new. It does not contain any information. Similarly, this machine also, let's remove it. And this machine also does not contain information. Our final goal is I want to run our HTTPD website in both the machine. Okay. But I don't want to write the command from here. Okay. I will say to my Ansible machine, basically the master machine, that you have to do these all three works. Okay. So how we can say it? We'll simply say that we are going to create a file. First, let's create a file called index.html. Okay. vi index.html. And I'm going inside this and I'm saying I'm writing a h1 tag, a normal HTML. Okay. That this is web server running using Apache. Something like this I written and I'm closing this h1 tag. Then I'm writing there is a s3 tag. Okay. S3 tag. And I'm mentioning in the S3 tag that this website is configured using Ansible, something like this I'm writing. And similarly, you can add some paragraph also. Is totally on it that I'm writing a paragraph that this is Ansible. Something like this you written. And we close this paragraph tag also. So basically we created a index.html file. These things I want to show it on some website. So this work is completed. We created an index.php file, index.html file. Now we are going to create a YML file, basically our playbook, web server.yaml. Okay, file name you can give it anything. Here again, insert. First thing you have to always write is dash space host. The name, group name is demo node because we want to work it on the two machine, node 1 and node 2, and both IP is associated in this group. That's why we are writing the demo node. User, we have to always use the Ansible as we created in the starting. Become, so yes, they have to install the software, so they will require the suiting power. That's why given connection, they will be using the SSH protocol. That also let's mention it. Now after this, we are giving group of tasks here. We are not going only one task to him. Okay, I will be going to give him the group of tasks. The first task we are mentioning is name. And first task, what we have to tell them? If you mention this, the first task will be install the HTTP software. So we are saying that what you have to do is you have to install the software. To install the HTTP software, what things they will require? So simply come here, copy paste these things again, and paste it here. So this will help them to install the HTTP website. Again, this should be in the side this. In HTTP and the state is equal to present. So this task is basically go there, they will use the yum module, okay, and they will install the HTTP. Then we have to do the second task also. Second task will be parallel to this. Okay, again give the dash here. The name of the second task. What is our second task? Second task is copy index.html file from your local master machine to this location of the node 1 and simply I am saying this, that what you have to do is you have to copy index.html file //html, something like this. I given the task name and how they will be able to copy. So yesterday I shown you about a copy module. So simply search it quickly. Okay, what are the module name? Copy the software. You will see example here. This is the copy module. Open this. And here again, they will give you some example. So simply copy paste this example. So I will don't require that much information. I just require source and destination, owner, group, everything I don't require. I will just copy this one and I will paste it here. Again, it should be in the same format. So this copy should be at parallel to N and this SRC should be inside this. Okay, like this, it should be parallel to this name and HTTP. Now, what is my source file? My source file is not this one. My source file is index.html. And I want to copy it in which location? I want to copy it in this /var/www/html. Okay, that's all. So we have to copy this index.html to this location. This is also done. Now we have to do one more task. What is the last task? We have to start the HTTP service. Okay, so if you'll see here, we mentioned here, you have to run this command, systemctl start HTTP. So you have to basically start the HTTP service. So again, how we are going to start the HTTP service? Simply come here, search for the service module, okay, because we are going to start the service. Search for S. You have to just copy paste it, nothing you have to remember. Okay, you'll do 3 to 4 times, you will automatically get to know how we have to find it, how to copy it. So again, see, they are directly saying exact same thing they are writing. HTTP started. So simply copy this and paste it there. It will help you to start the service. How we are doing it? So yesterday only in the module section I explained you what is the use of name, what is the use of HTTP. Okay. So they are going to start the service. Now our final thing, everything is done. Okay. Now if I'll run this script, what will happen? First, they will install the HTTP software in the node 1 and node 2. Then they will copy index.html file to both the machine. Then they will start the HTTPS. Simply save this file and say that Ansible, I want to run this playbook. Web server.ym. But before running this, currently if you'll see in both the machine, HTTPD is not installed. Okay. In this machine also, which HTTPD? Software is not installed. And if I'll come to the instance section, and this is the IP of the node 1, this is the public IP of node 1, simply hit it in the browser. You'll see that no website is visible. Similarly, hit the IP address of node 2 also. Because once we'll run this script, you will see automatically the website is going to come in both these. We don't have to set it up. Connection refused. This one also connection refused. Currently, website is not visible. Now, from the master machine, simply run this script, and you'll see that this website will be up here. They are gathering the facts. Then first, they are installing the HTTPD software in both the machine. So you'll see that 2 times it is written. It first time node 1, node 2. Then they copied the index.html file to this location. Okay. And then they started the HTTPD service. Now simply refresh this page. See, our website is visible. Simply refresh this page. Your website is visible. So whatever the things you've written, okay, like this is web server running using Apache HTTPD, this website is configured using Ansible, this is Ansible training. So everything we are able to achieve. Are you getting this? Everybody? Anything you have to ask in this, you can ask me. Is it
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, what we are installing, 3 machines are same we have to install. First we have to install in server level, and next node 1, node 2.
Not in the server level. We are not doing in the server, right? Server is basically the master, right? So in master, we are not installing now. Whatever the command you are running, it is running in where? It is running in these 2 IP addresses. These 2 IP addresses of the node 1 and node 2. Okay. Master is the person who is just giving the order. Okay, so in the master node, if I'll copy this IP of this master, okay, and if I'll paste the public IP here you will not see the website running. Okay, because we make it in the node 1 and node 1, not in the master. Okay, so see, in the master it is not running. Only node 1 and node 2. Okay, master is just helping us to complete our work. Okay. Just to ask that 3 videos of Ansible. Okay, today video will be also shared by the team. Okay, you can ask them. You can share it. And just watch it over this weekend. And any problem, anything you are facing, I will take the half an hour event session in the doubt. No issue for that. The next week. Okay. Try to revise it.
Connection in the playbook, in the connection you mentioned SSH.
Yeah, we are going to use the SSH protocol every day, right?
Okay, always we have to give that SSH one.
Yeah, even if you will not mention this, like let me show you. This I am just giving you the example here. But even if you don't write connection is equal to SSH, still it is going to work perfectly fine. There is nothing going to be any error. So let me delete this. Still this playbook will be not giving error. By default, connection will be SSH only. If you mention it, if you don't mention it, AWS will basically Ansible will take the exact same. So see, even if I'll run that time also, still they are going to behave like that way. Okay, there is nothing in it. Okay, and everything is coming in green color because software is already installed. Software is already go. Okay, let me show you quickly. If I'm change the content of this index.html, I'm just changing this website content. In place of Apache HTTPD, we are writing something like Apache web server. Okay, so we are just saving this file, and I will run this playbook only. You'll see this website content is going to be different in both the machines once this playbook will run. See, just refresh it. See, it is changed to Apache website. Whether you mention connection is equal to SSH or not, both is exact same thing. Okay, but to understand that Ansible always is the SSH protocol, that's why I mentioned there. Okay? Even I will tell you in the starting, whenever you are writing the protocol, you should mention the connection SSL. Because if third person is reading your script who does not know anything about Ansible, so they will know by seeing this, okay, you are using host, something like this, user, you are using Ansible, okay, you are using the SSH. So we should mention it, but even if you don't mention, still it will work. But just try to write the code in such a way that the person who does not know anything about Ansible, they should also able to understand what you are doing. Are you getting this? There is another way also using the action command. You can mention yum is equal to name httpd state is equal to present in a single line itself. I shown you both the example. This is written here itself, and one thing I shown you directly copy pasted from here also. So both the way you can work. So just try to see the document and videos. Try to practice. If any doubt, we can ask the doubt in the. Any other thing? Anybody? No? Okay, thanks all of you. Just try to revise this concept. Thanks.